Yo, if you like the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell so you won't miss any videos. We know that Ging Freaks is one of the strongest and the most mysterious characters in Hunter x Hunter. But what if I told you that Ging Freaks is gonna die in the Dark Continent? Now, the reason I believe Ging is gonna die in the Dark Continent is because of who Ging is and what Ging wants. Now, we know when it comes to hunters and how hunters are, most hunters are selfish. But we don't see that selfishness with Gon, we only see that selfishness with other hunters. And you would think that a hunter like Ging wouldn't be selfish, but Ging is selfish. And Ging is attempting to go to the Dark Continent. Now, we know with the Dark Continent, there's a 200-year protocol to stop people from going because there's always a disaster. There's always an excursion from the Dark Continent. The calamities are there, and we know that Ging is gonna go. We know that Gon is gonna go. We know we're gonna meet Killua and Iluka there. So now, when it comes to the Dark Continent, we know that you need a guide to get to the Dark Continent, and there's also a magical beast gatekeeper that lets you into the Dark Continent. But if you aren't let in, then you're possibly gonna die. Now, we know Isaac Netero went to the Dark Continent with Lin and Zig when he was younger, and there was also another individual that went to the Dark Continent known as Don Freaks, who's writing a book, or Ging thinks he's still writing a book if he's still alive. And I think the reason why Ging wants to go to the Dark Continent is because Don Freaks is there. He wants to go to see what Don Freaks is up to and where he's been and what he's seen and what he's witnessed and about his book and the book that he keeps talking about. Now, when it comes to voyages in the Dark Continent, we know that there's a Dark Continent expedition arc, and Ging went to the Dark Continent to explore, to map out and know what's going on in the Dark Continent. But what if I told you that Ging is going to die to a magical beast? That's right. Now, when it comes to the expedition of the Dark Continent, we know that there are 5 trips, and in each 5 trips they find 5 different separate things that can do anything, really. Basically, there's one that cures diseases, the ultimate secret to longevity, the mother solution of all liquids, the alchemy plant, and the one that generates orbs of electricity underwater. Now, we know that Ging isn't going to try to extend his lifespan or whatnot. And yeah, that's basically the case where all of these things are coming in, the culmination of things are coming in, and there's a lot of threats: Pap, Brion, Hill Bill, AI, Zombie. In the Dark Continent, we know that the survival rate is 7 out of 1,000. That's a 0.7% survival rate. And we know that Ging is possibly going to die. Now, why is he going to die? He could possibly die trying to protect Gon. He can possibly die trying to protect Gon and his friends. He could possibly die trying to protect his friends or the people that he came with. And that is why I believe Ging is going to die in the Dark Continent. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? Do you think Ging is going to die in the Dark Continent? How do you think he would die in the Dark Continent if he died in the Dark Continent? Let me know in the comment section below.